as well over here on Team USA. We are about to get started. So, petting zoo was banned previously, but now it's allowed. Let's see how it plays.
Alright, looking at their setups here. The only thing I'm seeing that's a little bit strange is Fallout's actually running. Wow, he's actually going to be running Warhorn for offhand, rather than what you'd usually see with like a sword dagger.
So I guess maybe going for the blast finisher and buffs through that, maybe? Because that does have a blast finisher on it now, where previously it did not. So, but going into the fight, we'll have to see Pink Puma as well, taking the initial bulk of the damage, but really nothing negligible there. Only about 10% of his health, but now the burst coming in onto the members of Petting Zoo, though. You can see their health dropping here pretty quickly. We're going to switch our point of view over to Pink Puma right now. See how this goes. More burst going off onto Highward Sakari at the moment. He is getting pretty low, about 30%, 20% health now, dropping very quickly due to conditions as well. Jumping into his Death Shroud there to negate a lot of damage that was going to come out from Pink Puma through the 2 on his main hand sword there. But again, the burst is not stopping anytime soon. Pink Puma is just absolutely throwing it onto Sakari at the moment. Sakari probably going to be going down the next few seconds unless we see some CC coming out. And with that, nicely done. They are going to take him down, but again, he will be getting back up due to the spirit that was coming out there from Fallout, so they will have that at their disposal. But the burst is showing no signs of stopping here. Burst still rolling heavily onto High Warlord Sakari, and we'll have to see now. Pink Puma again going to finish him off with a nice 3k crit from his main sword 2 there, and they're trying their best to res him, and again, he's going to get back up. So showing no signs of stopping here anytime soon. And now as High Warlord again starts to get fairly low here, we'll have to see he's about 10% health, but we need to know if Fallout is going to be able to get the resurrection off. He does still have that spirit. He popped it again, but I do think that the members of USA sort of delayed the kill this time, waiting for them to go down. But now we actually have Shadow Shooters down. Let's see, and they're actually going to turn it around now. Shadow Shooters from USA going down completely, turning this fight around. High Warlord still very low, and Pink Puma is the main bulk of their damage. So there is still that chance that High Warlord may be able to take, or rather that Pink Puma may be able to take High Warlord into the downstate here. We'll have to see 500 health with bleeds on him. If one more little hit and he can get him into the downstate, but Pink Puma is getting extremely low now too. He tried his best. Oh, Condi's leaked through his immunity there, and unfortunately with that, Fallout is going to get the final stomp off onto Pink Puma, and Petting Zoo will take the first game here.
Yeah, it's a very nice play there. There's a couple of nice clutch interrupts on heals in that round. I thought for sure that High Warlord Sakari was going to go down there at the very end, or pardon me, just before the very end there, and maybe get a kill there for the blue team, but not quite.
Indeed, as we saw, very interesting match. That is going to be Petting Zoo taking the first game here in their first set. We obviously, as this is a best of 3, have at least one more game to go. If Petting Zoo ends up taking the next one, we will be seeing them move on to the next round, and USA will be dropping down into the lower bracket. However, again, if USA does take this next one, we will be moving on into a third game. Seeing if, again, just a note, players are allowed to change things if they would like to. However, it appears as though everybody's going to be sticking with the same thing. That was a fairly even fight, and as such, I do believe players are going to be pretty confident in their builds here and want to stick with the same thing to try it again.
All right, whenever these guys are ready, we'll run into the next round here.
And for those of you guys that just tuned in, make sure you keep tuning in, because we're going to be giving away 3 800 gem codes to those of you in the audience there. Later today, we will be doing those sort of at random between games, so be sure to stick around for that. As well, just a note to guys, we do have the grand prize pool of 5,600 gems up for grabs today, 4,000 for the first place team and 1,600 for the second place team, so obviously it is a prize worth fighting for. We are getting started with round 2 though of USA versus Petting Zoo. Petting Zoo again on the brink of taking this set if they are managing to win this game. 5 seconds until the gates open up, so let's see how they fare out. We're going to start this game off by looking at Pink Puma, the Mesmer for Team USA, as they come out of the gates here. Let's see, Fallout is going to be on the front lines here for Team Petting Zoo, but again, they are going to be waiting behind that wall a little bit to wait until things get started. But again, nice stuns going off on the Pink Puma. He is going to be popping his decoy there to jump in stealth and sort of get out of the way there for many bursts that would have come in as well. They're going to actually pop Mo off onto High Lord Sakari, so Sakari again getting really low here to start things off. Excellent burst that's coming in. They do have the spirit out, that is red team that is, so they're probably going to be able to get him back up here. We'll have to see. Let's see, they're getting close. Actually, no, they're going to manual res him and get him back up into this game, so nicely done indeed. Not really wanting to use that spirit yet, but the burst is still coming in pretty heavily from Pink Puma here. Just an endless barrage of burst that's coming in from this Mesmer at the moment as well. Getting CC'd, he only has his Death Shroud at the moment, 2.3k health outside of that Death Shroud, so more than likely, we will see him going into the downstate again once that it does expire. Nope, actually, he is going to waste his Blood Fiend there, buying him just a little bit more time as well. Still does have some Death Shroud health left if he wants to pop into that to try and keep himself alive here, so he is holding on, but again, a nice Shatter combo that came off there from Pink Puma is going to take him into the downstate. They are going to be using the Spirit Res this time to bring High Lord Sakari back up and into the game. So again, keeping him up. Nice sustain, indeed, in terms of the resurrection. In terms of the resurrections that's coming off here from Petting Zoo. As you can see, they're constantly staying in this game. And Hyward Sakari, even though he's gone down a total of like 5 times or more in this set, they've always managed to get him back up. But again, he is going to be going into the downstate once more here in the next couple seconds. There we go, getting himself. Oh, looks like he went down, but it seems he got back up again. So he is going to be getting himself back up. And I think that was actually just a really nicely timed res that came off there through the Spirit. But again, the Spirit is now gone from Fallout's point of view, that is, and Fallout as well is starting to take a little bit of damage here. As you can see, at about 60% health, he just uses heal too. So with High Warlord going down, we'll have to see Pink Puma trying to channel the stomp right now, and it looks like it is going to go off. And with that, I think we are going to be seeing USA, and no, wait, I'm not going to call it yet, because Shadow Shooter is dangerously low right now too. We did see Pink Puma get a nice amount of CC off on the Fallout, but nonetheless, he still might manage to get the stomp off and turn this into a 1v1. We'll have to see. Shadow Shooter is actually going to get the stomp off, so this is now a 1v1 coming into it. Fallout going into the downstate now, we'll have to see as well. Fallout going to get stomped out, and with that, I think that is going to be USA taking this one.
That was pretty intense. I will say that I'm just guessing, but High Warlord's having a pretty bad day because that did not look fun at all. That looked absolutely painful. That was a really well-timed Spirit res at the very end. Well, actually, I don't know if it was well-timed. It was pretty. It was pretty much entirely chance when the Spirit did despawn. It actually did proc off that last res and got, I believe that was High Warlord up the very end there, right?
Yeah. It managed to get High Warlord back up for the last time, but again, he did get bursted down. They managed to stomp him off there. And as such, through getting Warlord down, they did manage to actually take this game. So, coming into the third game here now, do you think it might be in USA's best interest to maybe try and take down Fallout first instead of High Warlord? Just because of how many times Fallout has been able to get him back up and into the game?
It's a tough call. I mean, High Warlord has really nothing he can do. He has no evades. He can't really do anything. He needs so much support from Fallout just to be able to stay in the game. I think they have their strategy pretty much where it should be. Just focus High Warlord down. He is tanky. He's got a Soldier's Amulet on. He's got a lot of minions surrounding him, negating a lot of the damage coming in, but it seemed to work out for him. I think they should do whatever they were doing before.
All right, and we're going to see how that fares out as we go into the third and final round here of USA versus Petting Zoo. Petting Zoo again spawning over here on the red side. USA spawning on the blue side. Gates are going to open up in 3 seconds, so we'll have to see how things fare out. We are going to start this game off looking at the point of view of Fallout. Red team Spirit Ranger. So as we go into this again, it looks as though that Pink Puma is going to be holding back, waiting for the opportune moment to pop his MOA onto his opponent here. Looking at Pink Puma himself to see how he does try to channel this off. He did actually just waste it. It didn't go off successfully this time onto High Warlord Sakari. So again, they're not going to be able to despawn those minions, and they're not going to be able to get the MOA burst off onto High Warlord Sakari. So USA here is going to be starting off with a disadvantage. Again, though, they are not wasting any time at trying to burst down High Warlord Sakari. Pink Puma as well did actually take a pretty nice initial burst there from the members of the red team. So he may be in some trouble here in the next couple seconds as well, because his heal is still 10 seconds away. He's down. Now Pink Puma's going to be down. This is no, they are going to be able to get him back up again. Usage of the Spirit did come into play there from Shadow Shooter. They managed to get Pink Puma back up, but again, they were not able to get that initial burst off onto High Warlord, and because of that, because of that, I think they were able to turn it around nicely onto Pink Puma. But again, we are going to be seeing High Warlord go into the downstate here. Shadow Shooter trying to channel the stomp, but it's not going to go off because of the Spirit that did come into play there from Fallout. So again, both teams still sitting heavily alive at the moment here, but it does look like that High Warlord is going to be the next person to go down once more, as we can see just that consistent burst coming in from Pink Puma, and both the blue team's members are just in general in really healthy situations at the moment with their health pools. So we'll have to see again Pink Puma trying to get some more burst onto High Warlord. Got about half of that burst chain off onto his opponent there. Followed as well, sitting at about 80% health at the moment. Meanwhile, over here on the blue team, Pink Puma at about 80% health. Shadow Shooter sitting at about 90 here at the moment. So we'll have to see. But High Warlord definitely the lowest person in this game at the moment here, as again, he's just getting constantly focused down by the members of the blue team. Pink Puma, though, did get pretty low there for a couple seconds, but again, popping off his heels. We switch over to his point of view. Is sort of separated from High Warlord at the moment here, so we can't get that burst off. And again, Pink Puma may actually go down the next few seconds here. And there it is. Connie's going to melt through him. We'll have to see. The stomp possibly going to come off from Fallout. Obviously, he is going to be using his Deception here to try and get away from that, but is now up the Shadow Shooter to manually res his teammate back up. There's a lot of damage coming off, and through that fear, I do think we are going to be seeing Pink Puma get stomped. And oh, Sakari went down again, but luckily, due to the stomp coming off there just in time, they were able to get Sakari back up and into the game. And with that, I think it is going to be safe to call it. Petting Zoo will be moving on into the next round.